Hello grade 7s, we are continuing on our unit on measurement. So just as a reminder, let's go over the conversion that we started yesterday. So here's a little chart, it's like steps to show you how do kilometers, meters, and millimeters relate. And remember that kilo means 1,000 times bigger and millo means 1,000 times smaller. So a kilometer is 1,000 times bigger than a meter. So if you had 1,000 meters, you could divide that by 1,000 to find out that you had 1 kilometer. Or if you had 1,000 millimeters, you could divide that by 1,000 to find out that you had 1 meter. So because meters are bigger, you need fewer of them than you need millimeters. Just like you would need more pennies to show $1 than you would need loonies to show $1. Okay, so that's a little review of that, and then also you can break it down a little closer. So we have our meters and then our millimeters, but in between there we have other steps. So there's decimeters, centimeters, and millimeters. So centimeters are 10 times bigger than millimeters, and then meters are 100 times bigger than centimeters. So you need 100 centimeters to make 1 meter and 1,000 millimeters to make 1 meter. So it's a quick little review. Okay, so let's look at this. So let's just imagine we have this piece of string that's 20 centimeters long, and then you have 5 centimeter piece of string. How many times bigger is the 20 centimeter piece of string than the 5 centimeter? How many times could we fit this into 20 centimeters? Well, so of course we'll just divide. So 20 divided by 5, that's going to equal 4. So we could fit 4 of those pieces. But what if we expressed this in meters? So what if we had 0.5 meters, which is this is 0.5 meters, and we divided it by 0.0, sorry, I'm reading this backwards, 0.2 meters divided by 0.05 meters. How could we find that? That looks really hard, doesn't it, to divide with decimals? Well, that would also be 4, because these are the exact same sizes. We're just expressing them in different units. So why does that matter? Well, what's helpful about that is that if we have a question where we have to divide a decimal number by a decimal number, we can just multiply these numbers to make them whole numbers like these ones, and whatever answer we get, that will be the same answer that you would get for this, because the ratio between them is the same. So let me show you some problems and you can see how that works. Okay, so for example, 1.23 divided by 0.03. So that looks really tricky again, right? So what would we have to multiply these by to make them into whole numbers? So let's say we'll multiply this by 100, right? So then we move the decimal over like this. We'll have 123. And whatever we multiply this by, we have to multiply this other number by, right? Or we won't get the right answer. So we'll multiply that by 100 and we'll have 3. So 123 divided by 3, what's that going to be? So 120 would be 40, so plus 3 more, so 41. So we know that the answer to this decimal division is also 41. So it's a nice trick to be able to make these into whole numbers and divide them and still get the same answer as we would have done in the first place. So we could think of these as being in meters, and we will change them into centimeters by multiplying them both by 100. So let's just say we had 0.72 meters divided by 0.08 meters. Let's change these into centimeters. And remember, it takes 100 centimeters to make a meter. So let's change these. So we'll multiply by 100. So we'll have, 72 divided by 8. So how much is that? See if you can figure that one out. Okay, and then for the next one, so 1.44 meters divided by 0.12 meters, so we can multiply that by 100 as well. So push over, so we'd have 144 divided by 12. So how many times would that go in? So that will be 12. Okay, and then we'll multiply these. So remember, think of this as being expressed in meters, and we'll multiply it by 100 to find how many centimeters we have. And because centimeters are smaller measurements, we'll have a larger answer. So times 100, so 1, 2, so 960 divided by 1, 2, 120. So that will be, what's that, 8 times. Yep, so that will be 8. So those are our answers. Okay, so again, that's just showing you how you can change things into a different unit so that you can easily find the answer and not have to divide by a decimal. So for homework, you're going to go to page 168 and do numbers 3 and 5. And you're very welcome to do the whole page if you want to, but for homework you need to do page numbers 3 and 5 and send me those answers today. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions, email me or put a comment below. And yeah, great. Thank you for watching.